Phil is here with us today. Have you done your indoor or your outdoor decoration? We did our indoor. That's why I said that first. We got the tree up.
Have I?
Okay.
Yes, you, sir.
Me personally?
Yeah.
No.
Neither have I.
My wife has.
Oh, well.
So Michelle has done some. It's done,
Yes.
or are you just getting started?
This year it's done.
Okay, it's done. What, inside and outside?
As far as I'm concerned, yes.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Yeah, I feel bad. We walked Snoop around last night. It's so beautiful in the neighborhood to see
right.
all. And then I just felt worse. Like we have not done it. And then I felt like I should do it. And it's been put off till next weekend.
Next weekend to do everything, or just outside?
Outside.
Okay, because it's going to be really nice tomorrow. Might be. You might want to get up tomorrow.
Breezy. We should ask the guy.
Yeah.
You should do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow?
I think
Okay.
tomorrow might be a better
Yeah,
opportunity
'cause-
for good weather.
Yeah, next weekend looks pretty cold, even though we have a high posted of about 43 Saturday. That likely will happen early in the day and temperatures will start to fall. Certainly that could change as it is Monday after all. Cloudy skies right now out at O'Hare. Temperature holding fairly steady at 43 degrees. It will not be as cold tonight as last night. Right now 37 in Sycamore, 41 for you folks in Frankfort, 41 at Common Reading. That's what it is in Chesterton, Crown Point, and Rensselaer, and 43 right now at both airports. We had clear skies for a while earlier today, then the clouds moved in. Notice we're beginning to see some clearing back to the west. So for a few hours, we'll have mostly clear skies, and then the clouds will return and thicken up during the day tomorrow. We start around 40 degrees on your Tuesday, climb into the mid to upper 50s. The clouds thicken up. Could be a few brief showers, maybe even a thunderstorm tomorrow night. Nothing all that heavy, at least not in our area. But look at this. 8 o'clock tomorrow night, temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. Temperatures fall into the mid-20s by daybreak Wednesday, and then just barely get above freezing. Most of the day will be stuck in the upper 20s, and it will be windy as well. Next 3 days, tomorrow certainly the warmest, as the cold weather will continue for both Wednesday as well as Thursday. Robin, Cheryl.
All right, Phil, thank you. Tonight, we are learning more about the father and daughter who died when an SUV hit them in Suburban Des Plaines. They were walking to their car at the time, and the crash happened yesterday. Stephanie Wade tonight reports from the scene along Northwest Highway.
We are learning more details tonight about what led up to this deadly crash. Des Plaines police say the 71-year-old driver claims he suffered a medical emergency, causing him to lose control of his car, slamming into these two buildings here behind me, killing two people, a father and daughter, who were leaving a restaurant.
Talk about wrong place, wrong time.
Detectives back at the scene today, gathering evidence and hoping to find some surveillance video after police say a 71-year-old man was driving along Northwest Highway Sunday afternoon when he suddenly swerved across lanes and crashed into two buildings. Police say he hit two pedestrians as they were walking to their car, leaving the L&L snack shop. 42-year-old Kimberly Carson of Arlington Heights and her father, 80-year-old Neil Greenfield of Skokie, died at the hospital.
It was terrible. It's terrible. This is what we woke up to today, and it's everybody in this area of Des Plaines has been here or knows somebody that has been or knows the owners. So it's so sad that, again, someone has lost their life.
The restaurant, a staple in the community.
The nicest people in the world that own it, and the workers were all, as I told you, this was my son's first job as busboy.
Residents and business owners heartbroken over this tragic loss and say this area is prone to dangerous driving.
We really suggest that the city and the county to lower the speed limit and have a little more police, because lately this road was closed for several months, but this speeding is a problem.
Northwest Community Healthcare also telling us late this afternoon Carson worked as a secretary and patient care technician in Arlington Heights. They're sharing their condolences with the family tonight. As for the driver, we are told he suffered non-life-threatening injuries and also had two children in the car with him who were not hurt either. Charges have not yet been filed tonight as the investigation is ongoing. In Des Plaines, Stephanie Wade, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Stephanie, thank you for that. A woman has been arrested tonight after police say she took a bag filled with cash from an armored truck guard on the city's north side. Now, it happened outside of Chase Bank in the 5700 block of Broadway. Police say the woman grabbed the bag while the guard was trying to make a delivery. A bystander called police, helping police track down the money and the suspect.
The tow truck driver convicted in a deadly road rage shooting in Oak Brook has been sentenced to 50 years in prison. Anthony Tillman was found guilty of first-degree murder in the death of Eduardo Munoz in 2017. Prosecutors say Munoz was driving his semi on I-88 when Tillman fired shots during an altercation. Munoz was shot 3 times and died from his injuries.
And the man who opened fire in a supermarket in Buffalo, New York, pled guilty to all 15 charges today. Peyton Gendron still facing federal charges. ABC's Rena Roy reports.
Robin Cheryl Peyton Gendron walked into the courtroom with handcuffs and a slight smirk on his face, seemingly at ease before pleading guilty to more than a dozen charges. He's now facing life in prison. An emotional day at this Buffalo, New York courthouse as Peyton Gendron pled guilty to shooting and killing 10 black people at Tops Supermarket back in May.
He had no emotion, he had no regret, he had no remorse. Nothing's going to bring my mother back. Nothing's going to fill a hole that was left in my life or in my family's life.
The 19-year-old now facing a mandatory life in prison sentence without the possibility of parole, charged with domestic terrorism motivated by hate, murder, and attempted murder.
No individual in the history of the state of New York has been found guilty of that domestic terrorism charge motivated by hate until today.
Prosecutors say back in May, the shooter traveled several hours from his home to the predominantly black neighborhood in East Buffalo to carry out the massacre on a Saturday afternoon as innocent people shopped for groceries. Officials say the teen wrote 180 pages of racist vitriol, practiced shooting at state parks, and even visited the supermarket twice to canvass the area. Authorities say he also illegally modified his gun.
This racist murderer did not fulfill what he set out to accomplish, because today this community is stronger and better than it ever was.
Sentencing is scheduled for February. Meanwhile, Gendron is still facing more than 24 federal charges, some of which carry the possibility of the death penalty. In New York, Rena Roy for ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Former Vice President Mike Pence spending some time here in Chicago today. He talked about his new book, So Help Me God, at a private event at the Union League Club. Former Vice President also participating in this discussion at the Chicago Council on Global Affairs, focusing on his time in office. Pence has not made an official announcement about whether he plans to run for the Republican presidential nomination in 2024.
Congressman Sean Casten visiting infrastructure investments in his 6th district today. He stopped first at the Westmont Metro station. He toured the station with Metro CEO. Casten then boarded a Pace electric bus for a discussion about fuel efficiency innovations. The tour ended at the Bedford Park Rail Yard. The newly re-elected congressman wanted to see how the funds from the Infrastructure Investments and Jobs Act are being used.
The schools in Crown Point, Indiana will reopen tomorrow after closing today due to a network outage. The Crown Point Community School Corporation says it's restoring parts of the network, but it's not back to normal yet. A message on the district's website says students can use their Chromebooks when they return tomorrow. Also, teachers will have backup lessons plans that do not involve technology. Investigation is underway into whether personal information was compromised in that outage.
And Suburban police say someone vandalized the gravesite of gangster Al Capone. He's buried at Mount Carmel Catholic Cemetery in Hillside. Police say red spray paint was found on his tombstone, and police say the word evil was written. Most of the paint has now been cleared away, but some of the paint remains. No arrests have been made.
Chicago's top doctor says more money is needed to encourage people to get the COVID-19 vaccine booster shot. Dr. Allison already spoke today before the City Council Committee on Health and Human Relations. She says federal funding for outreach and vaccination programs is much less than it was in the beginning of the pandemic.
We didn't get additional funding for vaccine outreach like we did the first time around. We should be funding public health like we fund a lot of other things, by population and based on risk, as opposed to by disease, which is how we fund it now.
Dr. Arwady says a cut in money to help fight COVID could have a trickle-down effect on other public health problems.
Well, trans children of color are more likely to experience mental health challenges than their white peers. A Chinatown-based health organization is trying to track down this issue with a focus on educating Asian immigrant parents about gender identity. And it's all thanks to funding from Lady Gaga's Born This Way Foundation. A race and culture reporter, Will Jones, spoke with mental health counselors helping parents of LGBTQ+ youth.
The Midwest Asian Health Association is working to raise awareness about gender identity among Asian immigrant parents.
To be honest, a lot of Chinese parents are not accepting this.
MAHA was one of 22 organizations across the country awarded a grant last summer from Lady Gaga's Born This Way Foundation to tackle youth mental health. They recently hosted their first workshop with the funding aimed at addressing the often difficult home lives of trans youth. The presentation held at James Ward Elementary School was in English and Mandarin. Although the turnout was low, MAHA mental health counselor Eileen Chang felt they made an impact.
At least one of the parents asked a lot of good questions.
According to a 2022 national survey by the Trevor Project, nearly 1 in 5 transgender and non-binary youth attempted suicide in the past year, and LGBTQ youth of color reported higher rates than their white peers. The survey found that LGBTQ youth who felt high social support from their family were less likely to attempt suicide.
Parents' role is to be there and support them. And provide as much resources as they can to support their child.
Kenrick Ross with the National Queer Asian Pacific Islander Alliance says parents of LGBTQ+ kids can be bridge builders between their children and their community.
There is a sense of loneliness and vulnerability, that you have to choose between your culture and your sexuality or your gender expression.
Chang says MAHA plans to organize more programming around gender identity in the future. Will Jones, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
As we head into the holiday season, the Red Cross is asking people to give the gift of blood. They're hoping you'll donate soon. Right now, donations are down due to people's busy schedules and not always thinking about donating. Health officials are concerned about a tripledemic of flu, RSV, and COVID infections. Red Cross says this could also impact donations.
We certainly only want people to donate if they're feeling good. So if people are not feeling good, if they have the flu, a virus, whatever it may be, we ask that they don't come until they are feeling well.
Red Cross adds that people with cancer and sickle cell need blood no matter what the time of year. It's not too early to register for our Great Chicago Blood Drive. It's happening at multiple locations on January 11th and 12th next year. You can sign up on our website or news app. It's weird to say next year because it's really not that far away.
I know, it's just like less than a month away.
Our viewers are so generous.
Always.
So we know you'll step up, but they need blood now too.
So supportive, definitely. Well, the holiday shopping season, it's here, everybody. It's in full swing. We have some tips for you to save money too during the sky-high inflation.
Plus a celebration for state football champs who turned the season around to make Chicago proud.
Well, the Cook County holiday tree, it is now all lit up for the season. Board President Tony Preckwinkle hosting the ceremony earlier this evening in the lobby of the county building. It included a performance by the Misericordia Home Choir. Look who that person is. That we know her. Guests also enjoyed some treats and hot chocolate along with our very own Samantha Chapman. She was the MC for today, looking very joyful and happy, celebrating the holidays already.
Festive down there.
I know,
as
it's so
well.
pretty. The tree is gorgeous.
It looks like my tree at home.
See, you got a lot of gold and red at your
A
tree.
little sampling. There's a look at Chris Kindle, which is also, this is the time to go. Because remember when it opened, it was just
It was packed. Well, today is Monday.
It was Thanksgiving, so happy belated Thanksgiving. Hope you had a wonderful time.
Right, I hope you did too.
Yeah,
You're going to go over there, right?
We were talking about it. So Thursday I just took a walk because I was here.
Okay.
And I walked down there.
It was open on Thanksgiving?
Oh, yeah. And
wow.
the line was around the block.
What? For the pretzels?
Right, just to get in.
What?
Yeah. But this
well,
is the
the
time
weather
to
was
go.
so nice
It
on
was
Thanksgiving
really
and
nice.
Friday. I bet it was packed on Friday too.
Yes, definitely. Thanks to this guy. Maybe it was Friday I took. I can't remember. It might have been close to it. It was Friday.
It was Friday. You took a walk, yeah, because there was a lot of football.
A lot of
you were
football,
here,
yeah.
and you went on late because I
Right.
think it was a really great football game.
It was a long one. Florida State. It was a good game. That's for sure. Hi, Phil.
Hey guys, it is a mild night tonight to head out to Chris Kindle. No problems weather-wise, but this storm system could bring us a few showers tomorrow night. For us, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Yes, it will be windy and yes, it will be mild, but down south, ahead of this cold front, as moist air streams northward out of the Gulf of Mexico, that is going to help to feed some very active thunderstorms later in the day tomorrow and into tomorrow night. And with the early sunset, if we start to get tornadoes out of this, they'll be very hard to spot. So from the extreme southern tip of Illinois down into sections of Louisiana, that's the area of greatest concern as that front moves to the east as we head into tomorrow night. You can already see a level 4 out of 5 threat for severe weather as you get into sections of southern Tennessee and especially Mississippi, eastern Arkansas, and down into northeast Louisiana. Not often you get a moderate risk. The next level is a high risk, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of these areas, when this gets updated early tomorrow, will be in that high risk. Nothing like that for us, though we could see a brief thunderstorm with that front that moves through tomorrow night. Plenty of clouds around during the day tomorrow, maybe some showers by evening, but look at the temperatures climbing into the mid to upper 50s during the afternoon hours. So that's why tomorrow is the best day to put up your lights or any other Christmas ornaments, because it will certainly be the mildest day of the week. Today's high temperature, not bad, 46 degrees, still 3 degrees above average. Look at the record. Way back in 1905, we get up to 69 degrees. Right now with generally overcast skies, we're at 43 degrees, south winds at 8, giving us a tolerable wind chill of 38, 43 in Joliet, 41 in Lombard. Woodstock and McHenry, you're both checking in at 38 degrees and mainly the mid-30s to mid-40s everywhere across the Midwest. So we've had some clouds the last several hours. Those might move out of here in the next hour or so, but then more clouds will roll back in. No precipitation expected overnight, and most of tomorrow will be dry. Now, this next storm system, the one that will produce the severe weather to our south, to our northwest, it will produce some pretty hefty snows with winter storm warnings in effect for northern Wisconsin into the UP of Michigan. Lighter amounts of snow once you get from Minneapolis south towards Omaha, but that's where there are winter weather advisories in effect. And you can see some of that snow beginning to break out in the central plains. The actual low pressure system still has a ways to go, and there is this front ahead of it. During the night tonight, we will see more clouds, especially late tonight. As we go through the day tomorrow, most of the daylight hours will be dry. Could be a sprinkle very late, a high of 58. Then as that front approaches, there's the showers and storms that will be spotty across the area. Notice by 9:30, 10 o'clock, that activity moves out. The cold front moves through. Temperatures plummet late tomorrow night, and it is just downright cold Wednesday. There will be some clearing late in the day. The best we can hope for is a high of 33 as all the moisture with that storm system lifts north into sections of Canada. So overnight tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, not as cold as last night, lows 34 to 40. Highs tomorrow, this is excellent, 53 to 59, much warmer tomorrow, also quite breezy as well. Here's your extended outlook, and you can see how temperatures bounce around. Coldest days Wednesday and Thursday, at least during the work week. As far as the weekend is concerned, Saturday's high happens early in the day. Most of Saturday will be windy with temperatures falling through the 30s, and there could even be a light mix late in the day on Sunday. Doesn't look like it will be enough to cause any travel problems, but once we get through tomorrow, kind of a wintry forecast for most of the next several days. Cheryl and Rob.
All right, so it's my sister's birthday.
What?
You know my sister Shirley, who walks by here all the time.
Living her best life.
I
She's
know,
always
right?
traveling. She's
Yeah.
coming by. Is her birthday today?
It's today. Like, here's a really sweet
Who is
picture.
more positive, you or her?
Oh my goodness, me for sure. But she doesn't worry about anything ever.
Wow.
She never worries because she says, "What does worry do for you? Nothing." So she never worries if she's late. She doesn't worry.
I'll have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, she definitely has no worry in her life.
What's
But
she doing today on her birthday? Watching the stream team, I hope?
She probably is. I asked her, you know, my sisters and my brother, we asked her, what's she going to be doing today? And she says she's going to open all her gifts. On Thanksgiving, we sang happy birthday to her.
Okay.
Because sometimes her birthday falls on Thanksgiving. And we did the Stevie Wonder version. Happy birthday
There we
to
go. Phil,
you.
yes.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
I think it keeps going on. Happy birthday, Shirley.
Yeah,
Was she 40?
happy birthday, Burr.
Happy 40th to you, young lady.
Right.
We love when you stop by. She waves every time.
She does, and she was my mother's caretaker, and we're so blessed because what she did for my mom allowed me to come to work every day, and I'm grateful. So, love you, Shirley Burr. We call you.
Oh, and a lot of
Happy
times,
birthday.
Phil, she's
I was going to say, are you done singing? Or...
We're gonna keep going.
Well, you were going to make fun of me, but
No.
He's on his best behavior.
Right, I know he
after
did good
Thanksgiving.
today.
He did.
I am
because
biting
we're
my
thankful
tongue.
for you.
Right. So, and just so you know, I'm always getting your attention, Shirley, because she's usually not looking over there. And I'm
Right.
like, there's your sister again. Will you wave at your sister, please? And there we go.
Like,
We
she
wave.
might run down here before the show's
I
over,
know.
you know?
Yeah, I hope she had a great day.
Yeah, we hope you did, Burr. We love you.
Yeah,
All right.
making Chicago proud, besides Shirley, her birthday. A celebration for state champions. Nazareth Academy of LaGrange Park making history at the state football tournament this weekend after starting the season with a losing record. They're one of 4 schools celebrating the title tonight.
We are representing here. John Garcia is showing us tonight the celebration at Nazareth Academy today.
The players from Nazareth Academy enter the school gym carrying the hard-earned 5A state championship football trophy. It is time to celebrate and to reflect on what may be the most improbable championship in state history. They're the first team ever in Illinois to start the season with a record of just 2 wins and 4 losses, and then go on to win the championship.
We just knew that we had to stick together and just keep on pushing and keep getting better and better and building brick by brick.
The rally is a way for the private school of about 760 students to celebrate and for teachers and coaches to educate.
When times get hard, we don't give up, we dig in.
Use these lessons in leadership to succeed in life where it really counts, because at the end of the day, this is a football game.
Nazareth may have had the most improbable win, but 3 other Chicago area schools also won state football championships. Immaculate Conception of Elmhurst celebrated winning in Class 3A Saturday with a parade through town. Mount Carmel has a rally tomorrow for winning the Class 7A championship. And in the largest class, 8A, Loyola Academy held the trophy high after winning Saturday. It's a huge moment for every winning team.
It's such a great thing for our entire school community.
This is the 4th state championship in football for Nazareth Academy, and in what has become a tradition for the school, they celebrate by giving the students an extra day off during the year. This year, President's Day weekend will become a 4-day weekend. In LaGrange Park, John Garcia, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Oh, awesome for them.
I know, right?
Hey, we have another birthday today.
We are so Chicago proud, yes.
Michelle, our producer, who's back from a 4-day vacation. In this business, you work holidays a lot.
Right.
This was her first time.
Weekends,
she said.
too.
Oh, yeah, weekends, mornings, nights. And
Yeah.
she had some time off, so welcome back. And she said it's her mom, Barb's birthday
Yep, happy
today.
birthday, Barbara.
Barb Corliss' birthday. However,
Yes.
she went on to say she never watches us.
Yes, she does.
yeah.
Michelle is just saying that today on her birthday.
No, that's not what
You
she
know.
said at all. But it's a... My mom only
She's
watches
Sagittarius.
occasionally.
Well, yeah, Miss Adriana watches.
Occasionally.
Right?
But Barb is still having a great day, I hope, Michelle, and you should be very proud of your daughter because she rocks on this show.
Yeah, she does, and I think they
We're not making
celebrated
that up.
on Thanksgiving. Michelle
Good.
had a Thanksgiving off probably in her entire career.
For
2
Mom's
days.
birthday.
Yeah, so that was
Happy
perfect.
B-Day, Barb.
Yeah, see? And maybe,
Can we cut this clip and send it to her? Like, we'll email
and
her?
then she might want to watch
Right.
after that.
There you
just
go.
To see what she's
Michelle, we're
missing
helping you out.
on the stream team. Yeah, it's the golden hour. What can we say? All right, speaking of birthdays and celebrations, tomorrow, very important day. It is Giving Tuesday, and it is a day all about supporting charities. Just ahead tonight on this Hour of Power, we have the top ways to make sure your donation truly supports a cause and not a scammer.
Not a scammer, that's
Yeah.
important. Later tonight, volcano erupting in Hawaii for the first time in years. Now you can track crime where you live and work in Chicago with the help of our ABC7 Neighborhood Safety Tracker. A link to the tracker can be found in any Chicago crime story you read on our website or mobile app. Once you click, it looks like this. The Safety Tracker has a drop-down menu that will tell you how many homicides, batteries, vehicle thefts, burglaries, robberies, sexual assaults, and thefts are happening on a weekly basis in the city of Chicago. Click any neighborhood on this map to see detailed numbers, crime rates, and trends. You can also search the map by street name, place, landmark, or zip code. The buttons at the bottom right-hand side of the map switch between crime numbers and rates. The site also has data on crime, month by month, going back to 2019. Scroll down to compare crime rates in Chicago with crime rates in other major cities. Using data from the Chicago Police Department, the tracker updates as soon as new information is available. We will use the Neighborhood Safety Tracker in our reporting, and we want you to use it too. So log in and check it out.
All right. Well, Black Friday sales hit a record this year, more than $9.1 billion. That's according to Adobe Analytics. That is up 2.3% over last year. Toys saw a big boost. Sales were up 285%. Wow. And spending during today's Cyber Monday sales could hit a new record, expected to top $11 billion. With inflation so high, shoppers are searching for the best deals they can find, whether that means shopping online or in the stores.
I've been looking for Christmas gifts for certain people that are right here, and been using my phone mostly, but we're also browsing here, and we're about to go to the American Girl doll store, so might find something good there too.
I've dabbled a little bit with the Cyber Monday shopping, but you know, I like getting out here in person. Mom's visiting from out of town, so might as well take them on Michigan Avenue.
Looks like they're having a good time. Experts say that most shoppers want options, which means that they will be doing a mix of online and in-person shopping this holiday season.
Overnight, some Amazon workers in Joliet walked out on this Cyber Monday. Happened about 3 this morning. Workers want a pay increase and better workplace safety. Amazon has previously said its starting pay is $19 an hour for warehouse and delivery workers.
Well, inflation frustration is hitting people especially hard this holiday season.
There's ways to save while still spreading holiday cheer. Consumer investigator Jason Knowles shares those tips for you tonight.
Here's a quick tip from consumer experts on holiday shopping as you battle inflation costs. Remember, sometimes buying a used item isn't the worst option. It is important, though, to check the condition of the item before purchasing. Many times, certified used or refurbished electronics and appliances have never been used by anybody. They're just returns. Spend less per person on gifts. With inflation up, items are expected to cost more. Cutting down on the cost of each person's gift will save you some money overall. Start with an overall budget and assign an amount to each person. You can also spend less on decorations. Spending less on decorations will give you more money to spend on gifts. Also, consider getting things like wrapping paper and cards at a low-cost discount store. Jason Knowles, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Excellent advice, Jason. Thanks so much for that on the Cyber Monday. Now, after all the big spending during the holiday sales, tomorrow is all about paying it forward. It is Giving Tuesday, and it is a day to donate to nonprofits. There are roughly 1.5 million charitable organizations right here in the U.S., but scammers might try and take advantage of you. So double check the group and make sure it is a legitimate charity with a 501c3. Now, if a group is asking for cash or gift card donations, that may be a red flag. Credit cards and checks are always safer. And check out how much of your donation will actually get towards helping others.
The main thing that you want to look for is what the organization's mission is, what their model is, if they have a proven track record in delivering on that mission.
Well, with a little bit of research, you can always make sure your donation will go to the people who truly need it.
The U.S. is preparing for a royal visit.
Oh, the new Prince and Princess of Wales are preparing for their trip here to the United States. It hasn't happened in years.
Plus, Jay Leno returns to the stage just weeks after some serious burn injuries.
Security measures are tighter in Beijing, China today following weekend protests. The streets of the Chinese capital seemed empty of protesters today, but over the weekend, the movement spread to at least a dozen cities. People are unhappy with the country's strict zero COVID policy that have caused many lockdowns in the last 3 years. Well, protests like this have been seen in the country for the decades.
Right now, lava and smoky ash erupting from the world's largest active volcano. It's on Hawaii's Big Island. This eruption began late last night. Take a look after a series of earthquakes. This volcano last erupted 38 years ago, but there's been a surge of development since then, and the population has more than doubled. The American Red Cross has set up a shelter to prepare for the possibility of a mandatory evacuation. So far, no evacuations have been ordered.
And just 2 weeks after suffering severe burns, Jay Leno is returning to the stage. He performed in front of a sold-out crowd in California last night. He even cracked some jokes about his horrific experience.
We got 2 shows tonight, regular and extra crispy.
He made a few small references. Arsenio made some funny, really funny references.
Well, Jay Leno was working on a vintage car when a gas explosion happened, causing serious burns on the comedian's face, chest, and hands. He needed oxygen treatment and skin grafts. Doctors say they are pleased with his progress.
You can't keep him down. He works really hard.
Not at all.
He likes
I mean,
to
just
do stand
2
up,
weeks ago.
It wasn't long ago. Wow. And you could see some of those injuries in that photo with the nurses. But good for him for getting back out
His
there.
spirit was the best medicine. He's just got a great attitude about everything. And
He's a
like,
stand-up guy.
let's go forward.
I mean, like,
you know?
that's how he started. So he always goes back to that when he can. I'm going to read this in a normal accent.
Stiff upper
my
lip.
Midwestern with a stiff upper lip. I don't know how to do that. The Prince and Princess of Wales.
Okay.
You know? Right.
Oh,
They're gonna make
Phil's
their
coming for
first
you.
trip to the United- yeah, Phil's, all right, here we go. They're coming to the United States for the first time in 8 years. This week, William and Kate will head to Massachusetts Wednesday for 3 days of public events in the Boston area. They'll focus their attention on climate change by attending the Earthshot Prize Awards for Environmental Innovators. This will be the couple's first international trip since becoming the Prince and Princess of Wales.
This is going to be incredible. Do you remember the last time they were here 8 years ago? They sat next to Beyonce and Jay-Z.
No.
At a basketball game.
Oh, at a game?
Yeah, it was very cool.
I bet they'll be out and about enjoying.
Well, they are
Boston.
the Prince and Princess of Wales, so it's really a different
What were they
hierarchy.
before? The Dutch and Duchess, is that right?
Cambridge, yeah.
Duke and Duchess.
Yeah,
the Dutch
so.
Duchess. I'm the Dutch.
You better hope that they're
Cambridge.
not watching.
Nobody caught that. I mean, yeah, they're not watching. Just like Barb Corliss is now watching her daughter on her birthday. The Dutch and Duchess.
You might want to explain this. It was a joke. Nick, our Florida director, got it.
He did.
That is the only person. Maybe Phil got it. I still don't know.
It's Monday. People are back from vacation.
4 days off.
Yeah, I've been here the whole time. No, but I'm not there. I know it's a big deal that they're coming.
It is. It's going to be very exciting.
I know.
So you know how that goes. Yes. All right. Well, we wish them all the best.
I'd rather see the other prince, Harry. I like that guy.
Well, you got to go to LA for that.
And Archie, that little dude is the best.
Archie and Lilibet and
Yeah.
Megan.
Yeah, they're
You
fun.
might see them soon too.
Okay.
All right. Well, they might be in Boston. You never know. They can't tell their travel plans. So, but let's go to the White House.
Yes,
All right.
please, help
It's
me.
ready for the holidays. The themes and symbols in this year's decorations, including how the Biden's pets are being honored. That story is coming up next. And how beautiful is this? Every year, we're going to check in with Phil first.
Oh, there's
Phil, did you
Phil.
get the joke?
The Dutch of York, of course.
Okay.
I don't
You
know
guys have to
anything about
explain
the
it to me.
royals.
I don't know anything.
I know
about
nothing about nothing.
But I know the difference between a Dutch and a Duke. I will say.
Look at you.
Duchess.
Just stiff upper lip,
Duchess.
mighty fine. Yes, okay.
Temperatures mid to upper 50s tomorrow. Could be some showers towards evening. Enjoy it while you can because we might not see numbers like this for quite some time. We'll have the chilly midweek forecast coming up in a few minutes.
places. Oh, wow.
Ooh, oh, that's so pretty.
Yeah, deck the halls of the White
Job.
House.
First Lady Dr. Joe Biden announcing this year's holiday season theme. It is We the People. Now, each room is supposed to show what brings our country together. 77 Christmas trees are on display at the White House, along with 25 wreaths. A team of 150 volunteers spending a week decorating. The displays include more than 83,000 holiday lights. How do they actually count them?
The soul of our nation is and has always been we the people. The values that unite us can be found all around you.
Also spotted in the White House, take a look there.
Oh, yes.
Tributes to the Biden family pets, Commander and Willow.
Those are
How cute. So
Yes.
creative.
Looks nice.
We the children, we the pets, we the people.
It's very
That
important.
is just, look at that.
It's beautiful.
Oh, wow.
It looks
77 trees.
Bob Dylan now apologizing to his fans. The explanation for why his hand-signed books look so similar. We told you about this a bit ago, and what the publisher's doing now to make it right.
Plus, Will Smith's new movie is almost out, but many are wondering if his Oscar behavior will impact this film.
A few talkers today. Will Smith has started doing press for his new movie.
Yeah, and all eyes are going to be on whether that Oscar slap will impact the viewership. Emancipation was thought to be a major awards season contender. Smith plays a runaway slave, and it comes out next month, and it is Smith's first release since the Oscars. Smith told a journalist that he understands if moviegoers are not ready for his comeback, but he's still concerned about the careers of the other people in the film, and he is hoping that his actions do not cause consequences for everyone else involved.
They probably will in some capacity. This was, so I was asking you, this was filmed before that.
A couple of years ago.
Okay. And they kind of put it off after the slap.
The release was going to be earlier this year, but they have put it off because of the controversy.
And it's already getting buzz.
And they had said that when they filmed it and wrapped, that this was one of the best movies that he's ever performed in, and his performance is phenomenal.
You would hope it doesn't affect the film itself, like the filmmakers and the actors and actresses who were in it. But don't you think it's hard for him to be back on that Oscar stage? I mean, he's even invited back.
He can't go back for 10 years, but he can be nominated. So it's very possible that he will get nominated, but he cannot be there to accept it or to be in the audience that night for 10 years. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, I bet that movie's incredible.
Yeah. That's what everybody's
buzz,
saying.
Right. Bob Dylan now apologizing for that signed book controversy. Remember, we told you this last week. People paid about $600 for hand-signed copies of his new book, but then they looked on social media and saw the signatures were awfully familiar. They all look the same. Dylan and the book's publisher have since admitted he used an auto pen for the signatures. As Simon & Schuster has offered refunds to fans, and Dylan is saying he made an error in judgment, blaming a case of vertigo and COVID safety measures. So they get their money back. What about the hand-signed book? Like, could he do those over again?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Do it over again. I think they're just going to refund them. Because, I mean, he used the EpiPen not the EpiPen, the auto pen technically.
Do you know, what's an auto pen?
It's just like, it makes the signature look nearly identical. And anyone could technically do it. Like, it's just so he doesn't have to sign every one by
But it's
hand.
his signature.
Yes.
Automatically written in some kind of pen that does that.
Yeah, like an automatic pen. It's not legit, like, I signed this for you. Vertigo and COVID.
Yeah, it changed a lot of things, though. I don't know.
Well, it's a little question, right?
Dubious.
Like how
I like autographed books. I collect them.
That are
authors.
like a pen.
Yeah, I
You
will
can
stand
tell
in line for
with a ballpoint pen. When you write your book, I want you to sign it for me.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
You're going to be in it, so.
Oh boy.
A tell-all book.
You're going to be in it, and my part's going to probably be pretty good.
There's going to be a whole, chapter for Phil and music, and that's going to be. It's going to be something like "The Glory to Music" or "Weathering Music," something like that.
And
That'll be the
audio
title.
portion of that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
You're allowed to download, particularly. If
I'm
your
going to
name is
sing
Phil.
the audio.
That's right. That'd be good. Speaking of singing, well, it's kind of singing, but they're big
right.
fans. Metallica plans to return to Chicago. Band's planning a global tour that kicks off next year. They won't make it to Soldier Field until August of 2024. Band is set to play 2 nights here. Metallica was just in town over the summer playing at Lollapalooza. People said they were awesome.
Really? And you loved them in high school, right?
No, I mean, no. I was never a huge Metallica guy. Never a huge heavy metal guy. But they were part of growing up, and at that time they were exceptional.
They were huge.
Huge. Still are huge.
What about Phil? No. Big fan?
No, well, he's a music guy,
Phil goes
too.
to Lollapalooza, though, every year.
No, I haven't gone the last few years. I'm getting a little old for it, if you didn't notice. But
Never noticed.
They had a real variety of bands, and now they're getting a little bit more contained, so to speak. I don't think there's quite the spread of bands.
The diversity that they used to have.
They don't have any throwback bands, They don't have that anymore.
And they're
my generation.
Maybe you should write in and tell, because I'm sure they have surveys after everyone.
They don't care what I like.
They're maybe on the younger generation.
Exactly.
Well, they're not going anywhere for a long time, having that new contract.
I mean, and they're super talented and very popular.
Metallica's in their 60s, mid-60s.
See?
Are they that old?
They're at least
They
60.
have-
I think so. Yeah. Wow. I'll have to look.
Yeah, they're really talented and good. They're doing their thing. And see, when you're enjoying it, it's not work.
You want to hear my favorite Lalo story? It's a quickie.
Okay. Oh, it's quick. You got
So
stories?
Paul McCartney, we're walking to see Paul McCartney. And I'm like, okay, it's cool. Paul McCartney's here. This is about 5-6 years ago. And I'm walking by this guy, and he's young. He's probably about 18, 19, and he's talking to his friends, and they're discussing what stage they're going to go see. And he gets loud. He goes, no, we are going to go see Paul McCartney because without him, none of this would be possible.
Nice.
I was like, wow.
Yes.
This kid's like 18, 19, 20 saying this. I was impressed.
Much respect.
Yes.
Much respect.
Not wrong either.
Yeah.
Good story, Phil. I thought it was going to take a turn. And
No negative turn.
Right, I know.
No gutter.
on?
Stayed out of the gutter.
All right.
It's Motivation Monday. He can't do
Something.
that today.
It
It's
was in the
Motivation
turkey,
Monday.
yeah.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Okay. Hey, you with us tomorrow?
No.
Oh, good.
But I'll still do it.
Hey, we're still waiting to see someone new take over the Billboard charts long term.
Wow. Well, once
Yes,
again,
still
Taylor
waiting.
Swift's new album, Midnights, is the best-selling album of the week. Again, Swift was knocked down briefly, though, but has now spent 4 weeks at the top. Just not in a row.
Oh, it's still pretty impressive, right?
And this is her new remake album. So for her, it's such a good feeling to be able to celebrate all of these honors and accolades. And Michael Jackson is back on the Billboard charts thanks to the new Thriller 40 album. Billboard saying it's #2 on the list of the top-selling albums this week. And last time we were doing it, it was Halloween, and we were doing dance.
We had it going. And ow, there were a couple of ows.
Right, Vincent Price.
Yeah,
that laugh,
yeah.
that Vincent Price laugh. Do you think you could do that, Phil? You know?
You can do it first, and I'll try. I promise, I'll try. I just got to have it.
I have to work on it. I do it when I'm not on the air.
I have to think about
right.
your voice in this.
What's that?
Get her a glass of water.
Yes.
Go do the Heimlich maneuver.
Well, we're thrilled with this weather, right?
Yeah, tomorrow you were saying get the decorations up if you haven't outside, and after listening to him, he's right.
Yeah,
I mean, my goodness.
I could
You said
do
it
the
too.
I could do the Vincent Price, but I'm not going to do it on the stream team.
Darn.
It's right there. It's ready to come out.
I know.
I'm
sure it is.
We'll get you some water.
So look at the forecast highs over the next several days. 58 tomorrow. That's why you should get out if you have any holiday lights to put up, because look at the highs Wednesday, Thursday, 33, 35. We do bounce back up towards 50 on Friday. That high Saturday, that happens probably about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. By the time you get outside, say 11, 12 o'clock, it will be down into the mid-30s. And by Sunday, we could see a little bit of mixed precipitation late in the day with a high of just 34. So clearly, tomorrow, the warmest day of the week. As far as rainfall tomorrow night, this is the European showing just a few hundreds as we head into Tuesday night into very early Wednesday. And the GFS about the same. Now, there could be a local downpour that produces more than this, but all in all, this is not going to be a major rain producer, even though farther south, along a stronger cold front, there could be quite a bit of severe weather. But that's far southern Illinois and will not affect us. There's the high today of 46 degrees. Last year in the state, we got up to 41. Right now, temperatures holding fairly steady in the lower 40s, 42 in Elmhurst, 43 for you folks in Rosemont, and 42 in Gurnee. Madison sitting at 39 and 37 over in Traverse City. Very quiet across the Midwest, at least for now. You can see how the clouds are increasing to the west. Sunshine will be pretty limited during the day tomorrow. Right now, these clouds are moving out. We might see skies clear for a few hours before clouds move right back into our skies as we head towards daybreak tomorrow. So we start in the upper 30s to lower 40s, climb into the mid to upper 50s. For the most part, the daylight hours will be dry. The best chance for showers right there. Could even be a rumble of thunder localized as we get into early tomorrow night. Right around this time, those showers and storms then quickly move out. Look at our 8 o'clock temperature tomorrow, 8 p.m., 57. Look at our temperature by, well, before 6 o'clock in the morning. 25 degrees, and we're going to struggle to get into the upper 20s, lower 30s as we head into Wednesday, with wind chills at times down into the single digits. So lows tonight, 34 to 40, partly to mostly cloudy. Not as cold as last night. And then tomorrow, warmest day of the week with highs anywhere from 53 north to 59 south. A much warmer day, but also a breezy day and windy and much colder as we head into Wednesday. Still chilly Thursday. There's the temperature rebound on Friday. Next weekend, yeah, temperatures fall all day Saturday. There's that light mix Sunday. Next week, early next week, we'll see highs back to around 40 degrees. So fairly typical weather as we head into early December.
Okay, Phil, thanks. Next, bonding over bingo, the hockey team forming friendships with residents at this senior home.
Aw.
Hockey players are forming a bond with seniors over a different game.
Players on a junior hockey team in Minnesota serving the community by visiting a senior living facility. Now, they play bingo together. The hockey players are all between the ages of 18 and 20, so they're hoping to eventually play hockey in college. But for now, they're just bonding with people in a different age group. But you know what? They're having a whole lot of fun.
It's not only just about playing junior hockey. It's about what other experiences that you can bring to the table and offer if you're going to apply for a college or going to a job interview. These are life lessons and experiences that they can take with them, and it's a win-win, right? So it's good for the senior community, it's good for these young men.
Well said. Absolutely. The bingo games will happen monthly during the hockey season. And like you said on your college application, when you write down your extracurricular activities, I play bingo.
There you go.
With the seniors.
We'll see you at 10.
Over on ABC 7. Good night.